playoffs at Pocono. There's a few main contenders, like the 2 of Slaw, who winner is subbing for, the 45 of and the 11 of Jack, as well as possibly the 54 of South. Excuse me, I meant to say that. Oh my god, bro. Why the hell am I? Sit there, AFK. Absolutely zero reason whatsoever. Just start without. I'm just gonna go. Here, D2 is here today, back at Pocono. D2, D1 was here a few weeks ago, as was D3, but now D2 is here for the first race of the playoffs. Front row is the 11 of Jack and the 2 of Winner subbing for Slaw. The second row is the 24 of Cole and the 54 of South, with LA in the 18 and someone in the 45, as well as someone in the 10, and we're green at Pocono. Winner gets the better jump, already a clear for first on the 11, but they're 3 wide. They're 3 wide back for third. Now they're 4 wide briefly for the lead. The 18 gets down the inside of Winner for first, and the 54 gets up into the side. 3 wide now for first here at Pocono. Down the back straight, 54 gets cleared, but here comes the 10 and the 11. The 10's cleared, but the 10 runs a bit wide, 3 wide back behind him. Huge beating and Bane up front for the lead. Cole out in front with the cars 4 wide behind him, 4 wide briefly for the lead down into 3. Absolute chaos. The cars are just getting the draft right up to the back. But now, here comes the 10 on the 24 for the lead, with the 54 and the 2 right behind him. Jack in the 11 comes as well. The 54 of South getting a huge push from the 2 of Winner. They make contact for the lead. The 10 and the 54 pinch together over the 2. The 24 of Cole coming for the lead. Winner gets sent up the track. That allows the 18 by and the 10 to the lead after turn 1 of the second lap. The 24 now to the lead. The 10 and the 11, as well as the 54, 3 wide, just behind him. Winner just behind the 3 wide. The 24 slides up. The 11 of Jack goes through. The 10 goes through all of them, with Winner pushing right behind him. And there's a flip in the back. The 11 of Jack flips, and now we're racing back to the line. The 24 of Cole sent him in, but he goes way too high. The It'll be a drag race between the 2 and the 10. The 2 goes to track with the 10. The 2 is going to try to pull it inside, but it won't be enough. The 10 car leads to the caution flag. Apparently the entire field besides the 10 and the 2 forgot that. That's just so after the 11 gets up to the wall, the caution is at. We're now behind the pace car driven by the one and only Madafam Gamer, owner of Roblox Cup Series and the greatest racer of all time, definitely. The 10 led to the caution flag with the 2 of Winner right behind him. 3 of Cole, and then the 4 of LA will make up the second row. With the 5 of South, the 6 of Jack, and then the 7 of Drew Breeze. Somewhere, I don't know where he went. Oh, the 10 dumps the pace car. Wow. Well, that was interesting. I guess pits were open even though the entire field hadn't caught up. The 2 has a huge lead on the pit. The pace car can absolutely pile-driven into, and it appears the 24 staying out, and there's huge carnage. Now there's the pit road. The 2 coming to the stall for a good stop. Someone else in the back look at the pit as well. The 54 South is also going to pit in the back, and those are the only pits for this cycle, so they'll get back. But the 54 sped on pit road. Fortunately, it took caution, and they would already be last, so it doesn't really matter. It will just be the back of the already win. Winner easily needs 54 off the pit road after the absolute chaos that happened with the wrecking of the pace car down at past history near the pit entrance. People are still pitting, and everyone sped. The 11, the 10, I believe that's... I don't exactly know who sped, but I know everyone did it. The 11 of Jack sped, 24 of Cole sped, and the 10 of this Mr. Zombie sped. So it appears that really no one understands how pitting works, and that allows pits to be open for another lap and somehow makes the 10 backloaders the 24 jump out of the stall. So the 24 is probably going to get to the back, and the 18 probably the only car, I would say the only car at this point who has a pit will lead, but the 2 winner from the, I'm not sure who that is, the 54 of South, I believe, and then from the 11 of Jack, the 24 of Cole, and the 10 of Mr. Zombie. That'll be the starting order, and we'll go going green within the next few laps here in the Roblox Cup Series. Boy, oh my god, what's the 24 card? Absolutely, just pile drives in the back of the pace car, and that has to be their first warning. I think. It's not. Car. It's waiting to go green. 18 of LA out front. 2 of Winter right behind him. The 54 of Southwest in third. The 11 of Jack in third. The 10 of Mr. Zombie and Cole are the last two, with actually the 45 of Drew coming back from the pits of despair and rejoining the race. Apparently he's stupid, has a shitty grade right now, which is kind of funny. In 7th grade, he leaves. Now, pace car, peel off down pit road, and I have absolutely no clue what they're doing as we go back here at Pocono. Yeah, the 24 had an absolutely humongous jump. That was definitely not equal as the 18 maintains the lead. The 54 up into second. The 24 is probably going to have to give up a lot of time. The 45 murder, and that was dangerous. The 2 all the way back to last. The 18, oh, they're beating the main at the 11 of the 10. Get together coming in turn 2. The 2 into the back of the 10. They're all single file coming down towards turn 3. Now they're 3 wide for the lead, 4 wide for the lead. The 24 to the lead, the 11 down the inside, a bit of the grass, that's probably illegal. The 10 holding the inside line, the 10 out to the inside of the 11 for the lead. The 24 now is clear for the lead. With the 10 and the 10 of Mr. Zombie, the 54 of South trailing. They were 3 wide briefly behind South. The 11 gets up into the back of the 54 of South. 54 almost up into the wall. The Cole will lead down the backstretch down to turn 2 and goes all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack to try to break the draft, coming down towards turn 2. Sabotage for second. The 11 absolutely sends it into the corner, but they'll go way wide up into the wall. They'll still be side by side for the lead, but I feel like, yeah, the 24 is not happy about that. They're getting together, beating pain. The 11 forgot to break resist, goes straight up into the wall. The 10 holding inside. The 24 to the wall. The 54 to the wall. The 10 will clear. The 10 clears all 3, but the 11 comes right back at him. Same with the 24. The 24 getting a huge push off the 54. And, oh, there's the 24 to the wall off the rear quarter panel of the 11. The 11's clear for now, but the 24 of Cole is coming under the 11 of Jack. Probably not happy after the descent. They get together. The 11 pinches Cole. The 10's coming. They get together as well. Blocks him all the way down to the inside wall. The 11 gets a big bump. Clear. The 11 gets a huge push. Clear of the 24. The 24 down in second behind the 11 of Cole. Now Cole, though, sails wide. Not Cole. So Jack sails wide again into the outside wall. That allows the 24 of Cole to get inside of him again. Outside of him again. The 11 down into the grass. Cole to the outside. They get together again. Into the wall, both of them go. The 24 tries the crossover, but gives him a shove off 3. The 11 cleared. The 24 coming back. Down onto the checkers, trying to get by. They're side by side for the lead. Down, entering turn 1. The 11 hit the 24's bump, gets a bit airborne. That allows the 11 to get a nice gap for the lead. But the 24 will come right back at him down the back straightaway. The 24 now clear down the back. The 11 all the way down the racetrack. The 11's now back into second. The 24 into the lead. The 11 sends it. Both cars below the yellow line. They're up into the wall. Oh, the 11 almost goes up and over, but manages to save it in the car. The 54 Southwest up and over in the back. That'll be the second caution of the day. The second caution after turn 2 on the second long straightaway. The third, I guess you would probably say call that. 24 leads the race back with the 11. The 11 in second. The 3 of Winner. In third, the 10 of Zombie. In fourth, the 18 of LA. In fifth, 45 of Drew. In sixth, and the 54 of South, who flipped. Seventh. We'll be back after this short break for caution. Oh my god, that pace car gets wrecked again. Red flag, but I don't know why. So the car should be stopping right about here. God, the 24 of Cool going way far in front of everyone else. And we're under red flag, so I don't know what that's all about, but we'll be back after a short break again. Appears that we're under break because, well, like always in this league, the draft broke, which is absolutely amazing. That tends to always happen in this league. Another stop on the front straightaway, and who knows what's gonna happen because it's the very interesting situation. It's also becoming very, very normal in this league where the draft breaks. Here's that we're under red flag because the draft broke. The depths are going to fix it, and we are in red flag conditions on the front straightaway. Lovely. Alright, so here in Roller Cup Series D2, RSC on RSN or RNN, whatever it is, I don't remember, mad. But we are back after a short break because common. Yo, Matt, you can hear me, right? Can you hear me? Correct? Okay, cool. Can I have admin again so I can watch? Now we're back and we're going to be starting double wide from the line back at Roller Cup Series on lap 11 out of 45. I don't know if they were in draft or just fixed it. But we're going to be back underway. In the background, it appears draft has been made weaker to allow it to not break the cards and make them go 500 miles per hour slower than they should, which is nice. And we'll be back underway with the 24 of Cole and the 11 of Jackaroni on the front row, with the 2 of Witter and the 10 of Mr. Zombie right behind him. The 18 of LA and the 45 of Drew will make up the third row, and the 54 will be on the back row all by themselves. Oh, whoa. So we're about to get back underway here in the Rolex Cup Series. Green, one more time. Colin Jackman at the front row with Witter and Mr. Zombie right behind him. That was green flag racing here at Pocono Speedway. The 24 gets a good jump, the 11 gets a better push off the line from the 10. They make contact, the 10 and the 11, the 10's up into the wall, the 45's on the outside. The 2 crosses over, gets under the 11 for second, but the 11 pinches the 2 out onto the apron, and the 11's clear, but he with the 24 back. They're 4 wide for the lead. Jack, Cole, South, and Winner all side by side, but Jack clears, and now they're 3 wide for second between Cole, South, and Winner. Now South backs out, and Jack's up into the wall again. They're bouncing all off the wall. Winner into the lead. Drew in second with South coming under Drew for second. Winner in front. Now Winner down to the apron in the 2, and he has a nice gap now with the 54 of South and the 11 of Jack's outside. Winner gets a bit into the wall, and but so does the 11. Now the 54 gets the run. The 54 gets the draft. The 54 and the 11 both getting up on Winner. The 54 gives Winner in the 2 the push. Winner's still clear down to turn 1, but now they're 3 wide for the lead yet again. Jack tries to send it in and it works. He's now down onto the bottom in front of Winner, in front of Jack, in front of Mr. Zombie, and in front of South. And Winner, now Winner coming back at him in the draft. Winner goes to the outside. Now Mr. Zombie trying to go to the inside. What a block by Jack all the way to the inside, retaining barrier, but it doesn't matter. As the 10 gets a huge push, and the 10 and the 24 on the bottom, with the 2 and the 45 outside of the 24. The 2 behind the 10, the 24 catching up to the 11. The 11 all the way up into the wall. The 2 car of Winner sends it back in, but Jack gets into the... Jack and Cole get together. Cole drives it up into Jack, and they're both up into the wall. Huge crash. The 10 up and over, but stays on all 4 wheels, and we stay green here at Pocono. Now the 24 the lead with the 54 South right behind him. 2 wide, 2 rows back behind the 2 of them. The 11 and the 54 get together. The 2 clear of the 18. The 2 gets into the left row quarter panel of the 45, and the 11 goes up into the 54. They're 3 wide for second. And now as Cole is pulling an even bigger gap, but look at the draft on the back straight. Cole goes into the inside wall trying to break the draft. What is he doing? But now Winner's alongside, 45 for second. The 11, the 54 altogether. Cole goes up and over, and that'll be the 3rd caution of the night. Jack's staying ahead, but Jack gets up to the wall. Jack slow. Drew gets into the lead. Winner gets by him. The 54 gives Winner in the 2 a shot. The 54 is clear, coming to the line. Will the 54 win the drag race? To the 45, it appears not. The 45 drew first across the line, followed by South Witter, LA, Jack, and then believe it should be Cole next across the line. We'll be back after this quick commercial break in the Rolex Cup Series. Okay, Matt, can you hear me? I was muted. I didn't realize it, so that's pretty funny. So after a third technical shutdown because draft broke yet again, we're back here at Pocono, and I believe the race is going to be shortened to possibly 30 laps. We've already been here for an hour, and okay, never mind. We're just gonna be here for another hour. And we're about to go green for the third time after the third shutdown of the afternoon. The front rows consist of the 45 of Drew and the 18 of LA. The second row, the 2 of Winder and the 54 of South, with the rivals Cole and Jack and the 24 and the 11 on the third row with the 10 of Mr. Zombie right behind him, and we're about to go green for the third caution of the day. Or are we? And now we're about to go green again here at Pocono. Going for the lineup again, the 45 of Cole and the 45 of Drew and the 18 of LA in the front row, followed by the 2 of Woodward and the 54 of South, the 24 of Jack and the 11 of the 24 of Cole and the 11 of Jack, and the third row and the 10 of Mr. Zombie in the back. The 18 gets a better jump, but the 45 gets a better push off the front bumper of Woodward. The 45 down the inside, the 11 and the 54 hooked up. The 18 and the 45 getting together down the bottom. The 12, the 2 of Winner gets pushed all the way up the track after he tried to come down on the Cole, but he's fine. Now, the 24 up into the lead, followed by the 10, followed by the 18, the 45 gets by the 18, the 11, they're 3 wide for a moment, now they're 3 wide for the lead. They're 4 wide for the lead, but now the 45 clears, now with the 11, down the inside, and the 11 absolutely sends it into the wall, and the 11, the 24 up and over, almost up and over into the catchment, and the 18 of LA gets back into the lead. They're 3 wide behind the promo, the 2 of Winner, the 24 of Cole, the 54 of who's that? South get together, and the 2's clear for second, but the 18 now has a huge gap, almost over half a second, but the 24 gets a huge run, and the 2 gets a decent run on the 18 as well. 24 and 2 side by side, the 24 backs out, but here comes the 45 straight into the rear quarter panel of the 2. And the 45 now goes up the track a little bit, but gets a good run on LA. The 18 now falls back from first to third after the 1 corner, and the Winner's threatening to take him on for fourth. Side by side for the lead in front. The 10 now, though, will back out another 18 and the 10 side by side. The 2 and the 10 side by side. 18 clear for second. 3 wide for second. The 24 and the 10 get together up into the wall. The 2 on the back bumper for the 18, and now the 2 and the 54 side by side for third. The 45 of Drew pulling a gap for second, with the 18 of LA on the bottom. The Drew slides off the track into the wall, and they're going to be almost side by side off turn 4. Drew gets a bit of a better run, but LA has the draft. LA has the draft off of Drew, and 54 has the draft of the 2. The 2 gets a huge push coming up on LA and Drew. Down to turn 1 on lap 19 of 30. The 2 down the inside of the 18. Clears for second, but that allows the 45's gap to get even bigger as the 18 gets a huge run back on the 2. Bumper locking together down the back straight, and the 18 now pulls down to the inside of the 2. They get together again down into turn 3. The 45 clear out in front of the field first, with the 2 and the 18 battling behind, and then it's a huge gap back to the 45 and the 24. And now for second, the 18 up into the wall. The 2 of Winner gets the crossover. LA and Winner side by side in the front straight, as this is just allowing Drew to pull even further ahead. The 2 and the 18 now having to work together if they even want the slightest chance to catch up. They can't battle, basically. Or it'll just spell their doom. It'll allow the 45 to get too big of a gap. And now the 18, though, trying to get under the 2, it appears, but He won't get there. The 2 and the 18 now, though, side by side, just allows the 45 to get an even bigger gap on the 2. The 18 of Drew, now out in front of the 2, goes to the bottom. The 2 up in the middle lane. Both of them are up into the wall, and this is just not helping them in the slightest. But it appears that the 18 has a bit of draft off the 2. Off the 45, and is catching at a very slow pace. But it looks like he's about to get into the wall yet again, and that allows the 45 to maintain the gap down the front straightaway. Coming to the line on lap 21, the gap stays exactly the same. The caution's out. The 45 crossed the line before the caution, so now they have to race back with the 18, the 45 first, the 18 and the 2 right behind each other, and about 1.5 seconds behind. The 18 now, the 2, about to be side by side at the back straight. The 2 now pulls down the inside. Thought they're going to be side by side down into turn 2, and the 45 up in front goes a bit up the track, but just avoids the wall. The 18 gets cleared by the 2, but now trying to come back in the run back down to turn 3 to try to get the lead back on race back for second. He absolutely sends it up into the wall. Both cars get into the wall, but it appears that the 2 has the big enough gap. On raceback, the 45 leads from the 2 of Winner, from the 18 of LA, from the 4 car of Southwest. From the 11 car of Jack, from the 4 car of Southwest, and from the 24 car of Cole. Hit cycle's coming, the 2 leads on the pit road, followed by the 18. No clue what that 11 car is doing. Appears that it forces the 54 to pit road, and we'll be back after this pit. Flag just down into turn 2, and don't know why, something probably broke again. And we're back after a short break. The server is shutting down for the fourth time. That's just lovely. If admin. It could be like admin or mod or whichever one, please. Bruh. I need admin. I literally need admin so I can do this, please. Wait, am I muted? No, okay. Yo, Matt, give me admin, please. Thank you. Also, Matt, you really should shorten the race. Like, literally everybody wants you to shorten the race. Oh, South needs to shut the fuck up. So, hopefully the race will be shortened because... Please shorten the race. What the? What the hell is that 11 car? Oh my god, okay. So we're about to go back green with the 45 of Drew leading from the 2 of Win, from the 18 of LA, from the 11 of Jack. Then the 24 of Cole, the 54 of Southwest on the third row, and the 10 makes up the third row by himself. Oh, the 24 has a huge jump on the restart. Surely that's not going to be allowed. He is going to definitely have to slow way down, I think. Right? I guess that 24 is just going to be allowed to gain 3 positions before the countdown is even over. And no, Cole, you can't pull out of line. Like, that's just not legal. So, anyways, winner leads a bit far in front of the field from the 45, from the 11, from the 18 and the 54 side by side, with the 24 of Cole right behind them. Down in turn 3, coming back to the line for lap 24. 45 into the wall. Three wide there just for a moment for second. The 18 and the 45 side by side for second. The 11 of Jack coming on them, coming probably down, gaining. The 11 of Jack behind for second. The 45 clears for second, pulls down to the inside. Jack on the outside of the 18. Oh, the 18 absolutely takes Jack down, then cuts back down into south. That allows winner to get an even bigger gap from the rest of the field. The 10s, I guess, merging. And now the 2 has a big gap from the 45, bigger gap from the 10 and the rest of the field. So the 45 gets up to the wall and back down to 10, which allows an even bigger gap for Wheeler. Wheeler's just slowly pulling away from the rest of the field as they all battle behind. South now, side by side with the 18 per second, right behind the 45, with the 24, the 11, and the 10 all right behind him. They're side by side for third, but the 54 now falls back in line behind the 18. Down towards turn 1. The 2 with the big lead, then followed by the 45, the 18 and the 54, and the 24, the 11, and the 10 all battling each other for third. The 54 down below the apron, just a little bit of the 24, but the 24 clears the 54 as the 18 and the 24 gain on the 45 for second place. The 18 look to defend the position while attacking the 45, but the 24 now down the inside comes up a bit into the south. That allows the 11 to send the corner, get up into third. That means the 54 all the way back into last from third in one corner. Jack now may be looking to get back up to the 18, pass it for third, while the 18 of LA looking to pass the Drew with the 45 for second. Now right behind in the 4-car pack for last place, Jack and Mr. Zombie battling hard for fourth, and now Jack trying to get the run from the outside. They're single file forward back for fourth on back. The 11 gaining down towards turn 2 on the 10. Doesn't send it this time. The 10 though does go a bit deep, but barely avoids the wall. The 11 and the 10 right behind each other, with the 18 up in front gaining on the 45. The 11 now almost under the 10, getting to the 10. The 10's up into the wall. The 11 and the 10 almost bumper to bumper here, going down the back straight, but the 11 gets a compromise run out of the quarter as the field now very spread out, with the leader, almost having over 2.5 second gap to the rest of the field, and they're single file all the way back. Current running over down the back straight heading towards turn 2. Winner in first with Drew in the 45 behind him. The 18 of LA trying to gain on Drew, with the 10 of Mr. Zombie trying to get to the back bumper of the 18 of LA. The 11 of Jack right now up to the wall behind him as he falls behind, and South and Cole all the way back in 6th and 7th. Now, coming down the front straight, the 45 gets a bad run. That's going to allow the 18 to get all the way up within half a second of the 45. No one could gain on the leader, though, of winner, as the 10, the 18, and the 45 all within a few car lengths of it. They're battling for second. The 45 gets a nice arc into the corner. The 18 gets a nice arc into the corner, gaining. Gets a good run out onto the back straight on the 45. The 45 going to try to defend the position here from the 10 and from the 18. At this point, it's not a question of when will the 45 get here, but it's a question, when will the 45 be passed, but it's when will the 45 be passed. The 18 gaining on the 45, gaining down towards turn 3, but the gap maintains as the 10 gains on the 18 for third. The 10 all the way to the back bumper, but the 10 sails wide, almost up into the wall, compromises the exit, and the 10 won't get there this time by. That said, allowed the 45 to get a bit of a bigger gap, but the 45 gains about 2/10 to that lap. The 2 enters turn 1, and now the 45, followed by the 18 and the 10. The 10 now, all the way up to the back bumper of the 18. Going down the inside of the 18, they're battling for third. The 18 blocks the 10 all the way down to the inside retaining wall. They're both down below the dotted yellow line, and the 10 is still there. The 10 now backs out, gets a better entry on the outside, but both of them are into the wall. The 18 walls the 10 again, and now the 18 of LA has a big gap as the 11 of Jack back in the back spinning down into the inside walls. I don't know what happened there as the 18 now gaining again on the 45 down on the front stretch. Now the field even more spread up than it was before with the winner in first gaining another 10th. The closest battle is basically 8 tenths in between second and third. There's absolutely no fighting going on in the field right now. It's just all single file all the way back. So after a chaotic first half, it calmed down with a long train of single file. No real drafts. The entire field spread out by over the front, by basically the length of the front. The 45 to the wall of the 18 now, all the way to the back bumper of the 45. The 45 has an issue, it appears. The 45 now, but in third, in the 18 passes, the 45 sends it, goes into the rear bumper at the 18. Now they're going to be side by side, off the rear down the back straight, and the 45 cleared for second again. This is going to allow the leader of winner and the 2 to get an even bigger gap as the 45 and the 18 now 4 seconds back, and the 11, I don't know if the 11's doing, you can't do that, mate. Unless he's just, I guess he just pit, not merging. So the 11 now is going to be lapped behind the second and third place cars, with the 45 gets pulling a little bit of a bigger gap, the 11 trying to get around the 18. The 11, though, is a lap down. The 11 shouldn't be battling for this position, but it appears the 11 is going to anyways. The 18 now gets up into the wall, loses so much momentum that allows the 45 to get a big gap, and allows the 11, who's a lap down, to clear. Now, it appears winner almost to the line already. Not really, but exiting 3 and 4 is the second place car is not even to the center of the corner yet. On exit, winner crosses the line. 4.1 seconds. The gap's now over 4 seconds for the lead, and winner just continues pulling a huge gap over the rest of the field. The rest of the field, the entire field, is so spread out with ruins. So now let's do another field rundown with a winner in second. Drew 4.1 seconds behind him. LA 5 seconds in third. Behind winner, Cole, 10 seconds behind. Mr. Zombie, 12 seconds behind. South, 12.3 seconds behind. And Jack, 1 lap down. There's a caution, though. Caution on the speedway. Someone flipped. And now this changes everything, as it'll allow the field to get bunched up and absolutely erase the huge lead winner had been pulling since the start of this restart. And that's great if you're Drew, or if you're LA, or if you're Cole, but that absolutely sucks if you're winner, because now you're 4.7 second gap just is erased in an instant, which is huge for the outcome of this race. As the caution comes out and the field bunches up, we'll be back for this short commercial. It's like what happened in the caution with only 3 cars pitting. The 18 leads before they turn the pit road while everyone else stays out. Oh! No, the pits are closed. Were closed. And that's just horrible for the rest of the field. Now they're just, I guess they're just going to come out of the pit road, and that's very interesting. So now, down the back straight, turn towards turn 2 under caution. With the 2 out for it, followed by the 45, the 18, the 10, and the 11. I don't know when we're going to go green, but might be soon. The field's whittled all the way down to only 6 cars. South having to rejoin because his car broke. It appeared that there have been 2 DNFs today, or just 1 DNF today, actually, with Cole's 24 gone at this point. Break. After very interesting, people thought the pits were open, but apparently they were closed. I believe every single car is now on pit road. Yes, every car besides the 54 of South pitted. Now let's see. Who will be first off pit road? I can't even tell. I think it was the 2. Way back green after this. the pace car now entering turn 2. We're gonna be going green this time here at Pocono. Bit of chaos in the field, I'm not really sure what's happening, and the pace car is gonna be pulling into pit road this time. The 54 out front, followed by the 2 of winners, I believe, and then the 11 on the 45, and then the 10, and then the 18. And then, I don't know what the 11's doing. The 11 all the way down on the inside. What the hell is the 11 doing? The 11, I guess, the 11 car getting a huge, oh god, what is happening? The 2 jumps. And they're gonna be 3 wide. They're 3 wide for the lead, down towards turn 1. No one's backing out yet. Are they 4 wide? They were 4 wide for just a second, and they're 3 wide per second. 2's clear like the entire last run. The 18 down the inside of the 45, the 10 on the inside of the 54. But they're all behind the dominant 2 car today winner as the 54 and the 10 get hooked into the wall. The 10 spins around, up and over into the wall. And now the 10 all the way back in last. The 2 leads 45, 18 side by side. The 18 now looking for a way past the 45. The 45 drives in a lot deeper than the 18. Gets a nice corner that the 45 does. The 2 up into the wall. The 45 getting closer. The 18 into the wall as well. Here they come to the front straight. The 2 car has about half a second lead over Drew, and then LA's in third, about a second behind. Can Drew get there with only 6 laps to go here, or will winner who dominated this race just hold on for the win? What's going to happen here with only 6 to go down the back straightaway? Now, the field, yet again, such as the last one, already very spread out with at least 4 to 5 car lengths between each car. The 10 and the 45, first and second, with the 45 trying to reel in. Oh my god, there's another caution. There's another caution on the speedway. And this changes things yet again and puts the field back single file. I wonder if someone could even pit here, which is unlikely, especially if you're on the front. But this also yet again sucks to run here, pulled a second gap, but now there's a caution out with only 5 to go. Entering turn 3 under pace car to caution, but it appears that pit road is still closed. Pit road's closed, but the 24 and the 11 don't know that. Notice the 18, pit road's closed. They can't be coming in this time. And now the pit road is closed. Now, as it was open according to the owner, even though it said closed, which is certainly interesting. Who sign was blue, and oh my god, the 24 absolutely slammed the car. Don't know what's happening up there. Ow. Field now down to turn 3. I believe the pace car is going to be pulling in this time by with the 2 leading the field from the 45, from the 50. Okay, never mind, it's not pulling in this time because some of the field is still yet to catch up. We'll be going green next time on RCS on RNN. Pace car leads the cars down to turn 1. He's going to be pulling in this time with 2 in front of the 45, in front of the 54, in front of the 10, in front of the 18, in front of the 24, and then the 11 last. And then turn 3, the pace car peels off the racetrack down pit road. The 2 leads the field in front of the 45, in front of the 54. We are green flag racing again at Pocono, side by side for second. The 45 and the 10 and the 54 3 wide, look 3 wide for a second. The 45 now almost send it under the 2. They're going to be bumper to bumper off of turn 1. 2 wide down on the bottom behind them. It's going to be battling between the 45 and the 2, all the way to the checkered flag, coming down towards turn 2. The 45 gaining ever so slowly. The 45 almost thought about a send, now gets the bumper, moves the 2 up the track, the 2 into the wall. The 54 almost up and over. The 45 gets a huge lead now, and the 2 is now all the way back in the fourth after dominating this entire race. Oh no, oh, what's the 2 doing? What's the 2 doing? The 2 just, oh my god. The 2 of winner takes them both out, and now they're both out of this race. Wow. That was a chaotic few seconds, and now the 10 of Zombie, who hasn't led at all today, into the lead, and had in front of the 18 of LA, who's been one of the fastest cars this day. Today on the white flag lap, can the 18 get there, or will the 10 hold on in front of the 18, coming to turn 2 for the final time? The 18 drives in deeper, but the 10 drives in pretty deep as well, avoids the wall. 18 and 54 side by side, that absolutely ruined the 18 chances. Into turns 3 and 4, one final time. The 10 down on the bottom of the racetrack. 10 car absolutely pulled away these last few laps, left the rest of the field with no chance, and the 10 car leads and wins at Pocono. A shocker here. Wow, I mean, congratulations to the 10 car of Mr. Zombie, but winner led over half the laps and was the clear fastest car and only ends up coming home 6th place.